at the temple of Valve, where we praise Steam. No, actually, Steam is the temple, and we praise Valve. Yes. No, we praise Gaben. Gaben's the prophet. He's the leader of the temple. Yes, the temple is Steam, and Gaben's the prophet, and we praise Valve. I don't know. I should probably start over again, but I've already. This is like my fifth start for this video, and it's been a rough day. I'm recording this video late, and I still have to stream later. I guess which would qualify as disastrous. I haven't been sleeping well at all. The last couple of days. It's a miracle I'm awake. I don't know. I haven't gotten a single night's sleep in like 3 or 4 days. I'm taking some new supplements. I wonder if one of those might be affecting my sleep, or if it's a coincidence. Well-timed yawn. But the show must go on, and I refuse to surrender. Also, I had some issues with blown fuses. I ate at Burger King, and I got the squirts. I just don't eat at Burger King. I mean, Burger King has, on principle, theoretically, the best food, but I get the runs so bad at Burger King. It's awful. It's awful. I got the new hat. The lettering's not quite as large as I wanted it to be, but it looks okay. If you could see what it says, glorious PC Gaming Master Race, and there's the PC Master and the little shitty console pleb on the bottom there. I wish it was a little bigger, brighter, but the lettering in the picture itself is sweet. So now, yes, we got our full Super PC neckbeard outfit. Pretty good. It fits way better than the last hat too. So now we can go full Gaben. You never go full Gaben. Okay. First things first. We got to get through our new community members. Game Dev Watch, thank you for following me on Twitter, Game Dev Watch. I appreciate it. Virtual Reality VR, thank you for following me on Twitter, Virtual Reality. I really appreciate it. I'm a Hamster, thank you for following me on Twitch. I'm a Hamster, this is your moment to shine. Fira, thank you for following the channel, Fira. I appreciate it. And your name had the Chinese lettering. No insult was intended. Though I know you took it all in good spirits and you weren't offended. But I just want to make clear that I wasn't mocking the fact that I couldn't understand your name. Thank you for not being upset that I kept pronouncing everything wrong. And I hope I'm pronouncing it right now, Fira. And it's awesome that we have a dude who's now a member of our little cult of Gaben, who's living in China. Isn't that awesome? We're going multi-international, baby. Evil Joker, thank you for following me on Twitch, Evil Joker. I really appreciate it, Evil Joker. Hot Halifax, thank you for following me on Twitch, Hot Halifax. I appreciate it very much. Crippling Depression DMS, thank you very much for following me on Twitch. I hope watching me and being part of our community and, being on Twitch in general helps you with your depression. I would definitely suggest being in happy channels and not the bad channels if Twitch is your escape, and it is for many people. If you want to know where I got the hat, I bought it at, it's really unfortunate that I found lately that Amazon, when you're looking for something like really specific, Amazon kind of fails when it comes to exotic clothing and jewelry and stuff. So I got the hat at Cafe Press. Um, shipping was not free. Yeah, I hate buying things that's not at Amazon. I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled. Paying for shipping, ain't no one got time for that. But it's a decent hat, so can't complain. So that's it for the follows. Okay, let's talk. So we got a new hat. I intentionally didn't make a video like the last couple of days because I've been waiting for the new hat. And I think it actually might be the hat for us, which is awesome. I wanted to get a novelty valve or like the steam circle thing, but I can't even figure out what it's called, and I certainly can't find one. If anyone watching knows where I can get like a novelty wheel valve thing, like a mini one, for that's just not supposed to be used, just tell me where I can buy it, and I'll totally look at it. Not that I want to go crazy with paraphernalia, but it would be cool to have something I could wave around, for intros or whatever. Someone told me that my $20 headset didn't have the best bass for my voice, but people watching the stream told me I sounded fine, and some of them actually remembered what I sounded like back when I used the Yeti. So I don't know, maybe it was just one person. So I don't know. Do I sound okay to you guys? Do I need more bass? I mean, I do kind of have a high pitched voice in general, but the guy said no, it wasn't that. It was the mic. I love my $20 headset. Fuck expensive headsets. Ah, fuck. I said fuck. Stop saying fuck. I'm trying to cut down on cursing. I noticed that I just curse too much. I curse a lot, and I don't curse in real life. I only curse when I'm in like streaming mode. And it's like a crutch when I can't think of something to say, and I need to cut down. And I had an incident where I accidentally switched over and I actually cursed in real life, and people were uncomfortable because I don't do that. So I'm trying. I need to try and stop because it's taking over. It's taking over my brain. I should expand my vocabulary or something. At the very least, I should do what other people do and just do like word replacement. So what I decided is I'm going to try, and instead of saying the F word, I'm going to say fruit. and then when I want to insult people, I'll be like, you blueberry, or you damn raspberry, or look at all these mother fruiting strawberries. Or something. I don't know. It came to me while I was driving. I'm going to try. I'll fail horribly. But when you're watching me, please, remind me. And be like, you're cursing. Think of the fruit. Totally, totally get on my case, because repetition is how I do things. I'm all about association and repetition. I'm a creature of habit. And I'm all about muscle memory. So I'm going to need your assistance there, because I need to cut down on my swearing. I don't do it intentionally. I don't even know how it started. I don't know. I guess it originally, when I started streaming, sometimes it's difficult to fill the dead air, and I speak like there's no thinking, there's no screening. Whatever pops in my head, I say it. Anything to fill the air, which is like the number one thing as a streamer. And somehow I just started filling air with curses, but it just became more and more of a thing, and I don't know. Now it's all just cocks and balls and dildos, and I need to chill with that. Not because I'm trying to be kid friendly, but because it's just like I feel like it means my vocabulary is getting worse, and like I need to use real words, and it's also bleeding over into like other life situations now, and that's really bad. So yeah. In other news. Windows 10 Creator Update, which also screwed me over on streaming because I don't want to go into it, but it's been a rough week for streaming. Windows 10 Creator Update, I'm sure you had it. Make sure you check your privacy settings, because they definitely expanded the things they ask, and depending on how you installed your Creator Update, they might have reset the privacy settings you already had. Also, you can now uninstall OneDrive, or that stupid cloud thing they try and shove up your blueberries. So you can uninstall it, and then you still see it on the File Explorer. But if you Google how to hide after you uninstall it, there's a way to like remove it from the registry. Proceed with caution. But I did it; it's gone, and I'm happy. Of course, if you actually use it, don't do that because I don't know if you can get it back. And I also use CC Cleaner, which is an amazing piece of software. And I paid. I got the paid version. Something that amazing, give them some money. And I use that to uninstall a lot of the bananas. This is not working. A lot of the horrible software that they shoved on my computer with the creator update. I will say though, with everything was finished setting up and I took care of the rubbish, that I do feel like my computer's running a little better, just a little faster, a little smoother. But it might just be not necessarily because of creator, but more because the creator update was almost like a fresh install and probably fixed a lot of issues that were left in my computer from like previous bugs and partial installs and stuff like that. So I don't know. Some of you might know that I've been having problems with my GPU. Lately, it's been okay. I try not to turn it off. I think that turning it off and on might actually make it worse. But when it goes in, I don't know. I've been lucky lately, but I had problems in the past where I tried to turn on my computer and I would get the beeps and it wouldn't turn on. And I looked up the beep code. Apparently, different beeps let you know what different problems are, and it's a GPU, which is possible because this GPU was something I installed in my new computer from my previous computer. I don't want to replace it though, because when I bought it, it was actually best of the best. So it's still pretty much the best AMD GPU. And I don't necessarily mind replacing something if it's breaking, but I have to get better. I'm not going to replace it with the same or worse. And since there's nothing better, I really don't want to buy a new one. But thankfully, AMD is releasing a new GPU very soon, the Vega. So once the Vega comes out, then I'm like, okay, you can break. And it's supposed to be coming out like in 1 to 4 months. So fingers crossed. I think we're going to make it. GPU seems to be okay now. I mean, if it doesn't die on me again, then I'll assume that it fixed itself, which I know doesn't really happen, but whatever. I believe in the heart of Lord Gaben. And I'll just keep it. But if it lasts until the Vega, and then it starts doing the blah, blah, blah again, I'm going to buy a new GPU. I'll get the Vega, which, will mean better computer performance, which will translate to better frame rate and improved graphics for you guys when watching me play. But there's one other possible benefit. As you know, I tried to play Dark Souls 1 on the PC. It was a disaster. One of the big problems I had was horrible choppy frames and slowdowns and poor quality. And so I had to say, sorry, Dark Souls. But I felt really bad. A lot of people want to watch me play Dark Souls. And 2 and 3 are both much better than 1, at least as far as ports go. So I was thinking it's possible that some of the issues might be specific to driver or GPU conflicts, at least as far as the choppiness went. So when I get the Vega, I'm going to try and play Dark Souls 1 again. And maybe the increased power or just the fact that it's a different card will deal with the blah, 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 whenever I move the camera. I mean, it will still have the other issues, but if I could just get rid of the choppy performance, I think we could get through Dark Souls 1. So I will try again when I get the Vega, which will be a while, but no rush. So yeah, so we'll try one more time to play Dark Souls after I get the Vega. So you see, guys, I'm trying, okay? In other news, I found out that Audible, which is the Amazon audio book service, there's a way to permanently remove books you don't want anymore from your library, which probably means nothing to any of you watching, but that's great for me because I had some Warcraft audiobooks, and it triggered me to look at them now that I have renounced my standing as a member of the Blizzard cult. So it kind of made me not want to use my Audible account. But I wanted to use it because I really want to listen to the Dark Sun audiobooks and stuff. Well, it was great. So I removed the Warcraft audiobooks. They're like, are you sure you can't get it back? Like, when it's gone, it's really gone. It's not like Steam. I'm like, fruit, yeah, I want to. So I got rid of them, and it's like, oh, I only got the good stuff in my library now. It feels good, man. And I actually started listening. I'm listening to an audiobook. It's not just a pipe dream anymore. Now, instead of watching Twitch when I drive, which is literally suicidal, moronic, dangerous, and insane, I listen to an audiobook, which has nothing to look at, so it's much less dangerous because I don't have my phone. It's like people have panic attacks driving with me because I'm driving like this with Twitch. Because I'm freaking addicted. I know I have a problem. I try to put it down, but whenever a streamer says something hilarious, I have to pick it up to see the chat's reaction. And then I kill people, and then I go to jail. So now I'm doing the audiobook thing, which is nothing to look at. So I just put it down and I listen while I drive. Way better. And it's the perfect opportunity to listen to audiobooks in my busy life. So that's fantastic. I'm listening to Dark Sun audiobook, and the quality is really good. I am going to review audiobooks as I finish them, which won't be too often because audiobooks are huge, but I think that would be a cool thing to do. And speaking of Amazon companies and other entertainments, I have a comixology account. I've talked about this before. There's like comics for everything. It's crazy. There was a comic. Dishonored had a comic. Freaking Fallout New Vegas had a comic. BioShock. Back to the Future. Both like the movies, and then there was one just for the game. Freaking Singularity. That shooter that no one even knows existed had a comic. I mean, it was just 2 issues, but it's crazy how many comic tie-ins are made for video games or movies that like people don't know exists until you look for it. Like Dead Space had a comic, but in particular, I'm very interested in the Dungeons and Dragons comics because just the idea, like Dungeons and Dragons is very visual for me, and I think the idea of seeing classic D&D monsters fighting in art with the story is really cool. And there's hundreds of Forgotten Realms and Dragonlance novels, and trying to read them, even in audio form, would be impossible. But trying to just read Dungeons and Dragons comics is much more doable. And I like setting a goal that I can actually accomplish. So right now I just want to read all the D&D comics on comixology, as opposed which is like there's not that many, as opposed to let me read all 400 Forgotten Realms and Dragonlance books. For the audiobooks, I'm just focusing on Ravenloft and Dark Sun and Greyhawk, because each one those are mostly dead universes. Each one has 4 or 5 books. But I also like those universes more. I never liked Dragonlance that much, and I hate Ebron. Fuck. I said fuck! I said it again! Fruit Ebron. I used to like Forgotten Realms, but the Sundering, the Spell Plague, that event ruined it for me. That and playing Neverwinter, the MMO, which I don't even want to get into, but that when I quit Neverwinter, it messed me up so much. I don't even want to see it. I don't want anything to do with Forgotten Realms, but only from the Spell Plague and on. Like old Forgotten Realms is fine. It's only Spell Plague stuff when I see that blue fire that I get freaking flashbacks to Neverwinter and I get pains in my stomach. So Forgotten. So I don't want to. And then trying to figure out which Forgotten Realms books take place before or after. It's I don't want to deal with it. Don't want to deal with it. So for me, it's all about Dark Sun and Ravenloft, which I always liked the best anyway. And I guess because they're the best, that's why they're kind of dead as far as the world is concerned. There were two and only two Ravenloft games and two and only two Dark Sun games, and they're both really old. They're all really old, but they're also quite good when they came out. And I owned them on GOG. And one day, we're going to play those on Sunday, of course, because those are unstreamables. I'm thinking after I'm done with all the Dark Sun audiobooks, which I don't will probably take a while. But eventually, when I'm done with all the Dark Sun audiobooks and I'm immersed into the universe of the Dark Sun, then we'll play the Dark Sun series. And there's never a rush because there's always something else to play. Oh, speaking of Sundays, so me taking Mondays off, disaster. I don't have like the whole point of taking a day off is like when you like so. Oh, now this one day I can do my things as a person. You know, because as a streamer, sometimes you can't disconnect. It's like now I hang out with my girlfriend. Now I hang out with my friends. Thing is, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have friends, and I have no hobbies and nothing to do outside of my computer. And also, I was like, oh, I'll play some games. I'll play the games that are unstreamable by myself off stream on Monday, my day off. That didn't work because I cannot play games if I'm not streaming. My very muddled brain always I have this thing where I have an association issue. I associate things together. So negative things and get associated with things, and so like I can't like if something bad happened while hearing a song, I can't listen to that song anymore. I just naturally associate things, which is good and bad. So like I don't know. So I can't like for me, games mean streaming, and I just can't play video games unless I'm streaming. So I tried. I was able to play like half an hour, and then I had to stop. On one hand, well, no, there is no on one hand. It's just bad. It's unfortunate that after years of streaming, I am now physiologically incapable of playing video games unless people are watching me. I don't know. It's like that episode of Seinfeld where George starts eating sandwiches while he's having sex with his girlfriend, and he's like, "Oh, this is the best." But then, like, it triggers after a while. Like whenever he eats like a sandwich, like a pastrami sandwich, he got aroused because his brain was doing associations, kind of like that, but not necessarily arousal. So I could just either, I could just not ever play all these games that are unstreamable, but I don't like that, and I want to be able to, and I could just like stream them randomly, but we already established that's a terrible idea. So what I'm going to do now is no more day off on Monday. I still will take days not stream on Mondays because Mondays are tough for me, but I'll try to stream on Monday like I try to stream every day. So I won't have an official day off anymore. And as for knowing when I stream, is always check my Twitter. I know set time and schedule is the best but I just can't. So the best thing I can say is follow my Twitter. I'll let you know what's going on. So what I'm going to do now is Sundays will be unstreamable Sundays or Sunday or I don't know. I had it rhyming in my head. I think it was unstreamable Sunday stream or something. Like it was streaming on the unstreamable Sunday stream. Yeah, it was like I picked Sunday because it rhymed. It was yeah. So whatever. Okay, so Sunday will be. I will just stream games that no standard Twitch viewer will want to watch. So people just will know. Just don't show up on Sunday. And maybe I'll end up having like a very specific Sunday-only audience that actually likes watching games with awful one-dimensional hand-drawn stick figure graphics from 1985 or something. So, like, I plan on playing this Sunday, for example. We'll continue playing Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, Legacy of Baal difficulty. And we might also play Arx Fatalis with the Arx Libertarius mod. And that'll be it for Sunday. And then the rest of the week, I will not play Unstreamables. So that people know when they tune in, I won't be watching a game that's ridiculously painful to watch. Of course, there is the question of what is an unstreamable. Like, obviously, it's very slow, turn-based, party group RPGs with lots of text-based talking are unstreamables. But, like, what about really simple graphic roguelikes? Are those unstreamable? I think there's an audience that loves watching difficult roguelikes. Personally, I don't think it's graphics. I just think it's speed of gameplay. That these old RPGs are very slow with lots of downtime. Where, like, for example, Dungeon Mans. I kind of want to try out Dungeon Mans. I want to try like a real roguelike. But these games are straight out of 1990 in appearance. Would people watch that? I think so, because they're difficult, procedurally generated, and there's like really not that much downtime. It's all fight, fight, fight. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it a shot. It's something. The lines will blur a little bit, but in general, I think unstreamables are heavy downtime games with huge blocks of like dialogue that's all text. I also think very linear, straightforward FPS games, campaign FPSs, are unstreamable. As weird as that sounds, I don't think people enjoy watching FPSs because they're fun to play, but as a viewer, it feels uncomfortable since you don't see your character. You can't enjoy it as a movie, but you don't feel immersed because you know you're not in control, and it's first person. It's like you're watching a GoPro movie. Horror games are okay-ish because, spooks are better in first person. But for games like, for example, Crisis, if I was going to play Crisis, I think, that's really actually not that fun to watch. Or if I was going to play the original Prey, or I don't know, Singularity, blah, 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 blah. Any like, story shooter. Like if I was going to play Call of Duty Hardlines campaign, any first-person linear shooting game, I actually think is unstreamable. It doesn't even matter how good it looks because it's the perspective of first person. I think that's the secret. Like I think whenever you see the character, it's much easier for spectators because then your brain understands that it's a movie almost, and you see the main character. But when you see through the eyes and you're not in control, then it just feels yucky. But aside from like FPS linear games and really slow RPGs with lots of talking, I don't know. I don't know where ugly, simple roguelikes fall under. But if you have an opinion, you can also, let me know. And that's the plan. I want to say, I know I change, like, my plans often. I'm not intentionally trying to irritate you. I know it seems that, I don't know, that I'm not responsible or flighty, but it really is just I'm trying to find what works. And I'm willing to admit that something doesn't work, and I'm always willing to try something different. And I do have problems sticking to things, but I think it's mostly just if it's not working, it's not working. And you just got to keep changing things. And I think as long as I keep you guys informed and like abreast, he gets abreast of the situation, it's okay, right? So yeah. So yeah, I know it's annoying sometimes that there's like, oh, another change, but most of the changes really are super minor. It's like, oh, and a lot of them are good, right? Like I'm gonna stream Mondays again. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, right? You should be happy. So I do apologize if it's annoying for some of you. I try not to really change things, but every little thing I do that's any different at all, I let you know. That's the whole point of these video logs, right? Uh, and we're going to continue with our multiplayer focus during the week. We start with like a big multiplayer game. Right now, all I really have is Shardbound. So every stream starts with Shardbound. But eventually, I might also like start with Rend, if Rend is awesome, or any other like quasi MMO. Not that I'm ever going to quit Shardbound, or at least, well, not saying never ever, but not that I'm planning on quitting Shardbound. It's just the idea is I start with like a big multiplayer game, something because that we have our community built around. Right now, our community is built around Shardbound, and I would like to expand it just a little bit, not go crazy, but I like to have 2, 4 at most of like big Steam multiplayer games that we can enjoy, and then we play that, and then we play our more straightforward kind of single player game, or one of my roguelikes, or a smaller scale multiplayer game, and that's pretty much it. Very straightforward. So as I mentioned before, right now as far as single player games go, we are working on Bound by Flame, which I don't care what anyone says. It's really fun. I really like it. And also in the pipeline, we're going to play through Binary Domain. We started before, didn't work out. The gameplay itself is awful, but the story is amazing. Great voice work, great cutscenes. It's like one of my Japanese animes. So when we start it again, I'm going to play an easy, and we're just going to play through it for the story because I own the freaking game. I want to play through it, and it's a really good story. Also in the pipe is Bastion. I heard great things about Bastion. And we're going to play through some of the Batman games. Not all of them. I'm not going to play the last one because, well, it kind of sucked, but also it uses Denuvo, and fruit cakes to you, Denuvo. So I'm going to play, and we're going to do it chronologically. So the first one I'm going to play is actually the second newest one. Which might be good because I know everyone's seen the first one like a million times. So we're going to play Batman Arkham Origins, which is the prequel made by not Rocksteady, but it was pretty good. People crapped on it unfairly just because it wasn't Rocksteady. I think it looked fine. So I'm going to play through Origins, and then we'll play through the first one, the real first one, chronological. And then we play through the second one, which will be my third one, and that's it. That's pretty much it for single player games in the near future. As far as roguelikes go, right now I'm working on Hand of Fate. If I ever we need to get to play it. We're going to continue playing Hand of Fate. And I also have a typing game, which is like a backup game, or if I'm just not in the mood for anything else. So I don't even know when we ever get to it. But I got Typing of the Dead, which is the best typing game on Steam. And we might play that occasionally, but very low priority. And I also have Realm of the Mad God, Beyond Despair, which I'm still trying to play with other people. Beyond Despair is an interesting game in that it's almost like quasi MMO level, but not quite. And it's not quite just small scale multiplayer. So it's like, I don't know where it is. But it's definitely a game I want to play more. And for small scale multiplayer, we got Chronicles of Mystara, We Need to Go Deeper, Barony, and Portal Knights. Christian and Jin, I know you guys are ready to play Portal Knights with me. I'm waiting for that update, okay? But you know what? Like, the next big update, if it doesn't have the Portal feature, we're just going to play it. Because you guys are waiting, you bought the game to play with me, and I feel bad. So, next update, even if it's not the individual teleporting update, we'll start playing that again. Also, I was thinking, because like people seem very reluctant to purchase these games that I want to play with other people, and so I have no one to play with, and it hit me that maybe people don't want to buy these games to play with me because like people think I'm so fickle and flighty, and like I never stick with the game, and they're like, I don't want to buy this game because I bought this game before and he only played it once, so it's a waste of money because he's not even going to play it with us anyway. And then I'm like, oh, feels bad, man. Is, like, maybe, I mean, maybe you have a point. So I apologize also for that. I don't mean to be flighty. And I will definitely get. I'm gonna buy a 4 pack of Barony because they sell it in 4 packs, and I think it's relatively cheap. And I want to get a few copies of Beyond Despair, and I'm going to give them. Well, I'm going to give a few copies, one of each or whatever, to certain individuals that I know have picked up games in the past just to play with me, and then we haven't really played it a lot. I still plan on playing those games, but we haven't, and now I feel bad. Like maybe you just don't want to get burned again, even though I still plan on playing it. But you probably think that it's never going to happen, and I can understand that. So I want to make it up to you guys because I kind of feel bad that I'm looking at it from that perspective, and also because I just want to play with. I want to play these games with some dudes already. So I'm gonna get Beyond Despair, and I'm gonna get some Barony. I'm not gonna get any copies of Portal Knights because I know some of you already have it, and it's also more expensive. And we need to go deeper. It's still a little early access. I don't want to, push it that much to the point of buying copies for people. And Chronicles of Mystara, it's so rough and old that I don't want to give a copy to someone and they're gonna be like, I don't even want to play it, So yeah, I'm gonna get a 4 pack of Barony, and I'm gonna get like 2 copies of Beyond Despair, and I'm gonna give them out to certain people. Um, well, there's 2 people for sure that I want to give them to because these 2 people definitely spent money in games, and maybe and then like for Barony it's a 4 pack, so maybe there's a third person. But for like the last copy of Barony, I might just give it away to a lucky person in the channel. 4 packs are cool, so don't let anyone say that I made you waste your money because now I'm gonna make it up to you. What else? I was tucking this in for a while in my shirt because it kind of like distracts and it doesn't look as good. But it's really annoying because whenever I have to get up, I gotta like freaking unroll it from my shirt. So I don't know. Is it worth it? Seeing this string, is it really distracting? Does it bother you? Or is it okay that I leave it like this? But I think that's most of it. Oh, and the giveaway for followers, and whatever, still going on. That's separate from me buying some copies just to give to some friends. You know what I mean? So we're still doing that. And as far as the special giveaway a box of my junk thing, we're still doing that too. And I'm leaning towards maybe doing that even if I don't get paid from YouTube soon, because I just want to do it. But I'm giving some family members the option to pick through my stuff and see if there's anything they really want before I see what I'm going to give away, because family first. And if they take some of the stuff, it's less stuff for me to ship. Don't worry, there will be things to give away still. And for sure, all the collector's boxes for World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, I'm giving I'm giving it away. They don't want it. So that's not going anywhere. And I don't want it. I think, is that enough? It's been 40 minutes. I've been talking for 40 minutes. No, it's not enough. Let's keep going. Okay, I'm going to show you Kickstarter time. I'm actually going to show you the Kickstarter page. I'm going to show you something that's not my face. You guys ready? This is really scary. There are 2 Kickstarters in particular I want to show you guys. Okay? Let me... How do I do this? I need to mute sounds. No, no, no. How do I mute? There. I didn't mute myself, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, so there are two Kickstarters I'm going to show you that you can maybe be interested in, maybe kickstart, or not. If you don't like, the type of game, just ignore it. It's fine. Okay, so these are the two Kickstarters I want to show you. This is called War of Elena, 16-bit tactical RPG. It's kind of like Telepath Tactics. The graphics are very basic, but if you care about graphics, you're in the wrong channel. The reason that I like it because it's not traditional pixel crap, and it's not like RPG Maker kind of pre-made. Like, come on, can you show me? Okay, look, it's hand-drawn art. I actually prefer this style. I hate RPG Maker. Like this is super basic, but when you see this, you know he actually put some effort into it and is doing it himself. And I think art like this has its own unique charm. It's a tactical RPG, kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics or Telepath Tactics. They could use money, like who couldn't? And the other Kickstarter I want to show you, this is War of Elenia. That's War of Elenia. And there's one other Kickstarter, and this one's ending really soon. This one's ending very soon, actually. So if you want to get back this, you have like 3 days. Actually, no, you have 5 days, but still, that's really soon. It's called Tangle Deep. It's basically like Dungeon Man. It's Dungeon Man's. But it's a little prettier and a little better animated than Dungeon Man. And it's going to have a little more actual lore and story than Dungeon Man's. It's supposed to have a really good soundtrack too, like an actual professional soundtrack made by music composers and stuff. So it's a roguelike, not a roguelite, but a roguelite. And it looks really good. I mean, if you're interested in roguish, okay, dude, yes, you're very pretty. So yeah, that's called Tangle Deep on Kickstarter. They've already achieved, they've already been funded and they've achieved most of the stretch goals. They're very, very close to hitting a next stretch goal, and it's a stretch goal I really want them to hit. It's to add more lore, story, and like dialogue and all that kind of stuff to the game, because every game, including roguelikes, could use more lore and story. So that's Tangle Deep. I'm keeping an eye on that as well. Okay, I think this has gone long enough. Oh, Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition is now out on Steam. Planescape Torment, baby. Way more dialogue heavy than Baldur's Gate. So that sounds good. Check it out. And apparently, the release was mostly bug-free and a really well done remaster. Reviews are very positive, which is great. And you can check it out. I'm going to get it when it's on sale. Hee hee. Alright, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Follow YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Tell all your friends, etc., etc. And praise Gaben.